Lessons from the Boston Profi-T Party, how to profit stack your way to success in your dog daycare. Why do you talk about pricing so much, Dom? Don't you get bored of talking about pricing? Surely there are other ways you can help business owners to be successful. Increase prices, we get it. Is that all you've got? Those are just some of the common reactions I get when I talk about one of my favorite topics, pet business pricing strategies. And it truly is my mastermind style specialized subject. I've written books about pet business pricing. I've delivered talks all over the UK and the USA. It's one of my most talked about subjects in my podcasts, and it's something my clients mention a lot in their testimonials. In fact, just warming up to deliver this dispatch about pricing has me giddy like a schoolgirl talking about her favorite K-pop band. So why do I spend so much time writing, publishing, podcasting, teaching, and speaking from the stage about pricing? Because pricing affects everything in your business. And I think pricing is too important a topic to just talk about once a year when you usually increase your prices. And when I say it affects everything, I totally mean it. It really does affect everything in your pet business. Pricing affects hiring, staff retention, and your whole team culture, because when you can charge higher prices for your pet services, it's much easier to pay the kind of wages that attracts and keeps top talent, and you can offer a more personalized, high-quality service for the dogs. See, I know you got into this business because you care deeply about dogs and you want to help as many dogs and their owners as possible. The downside to that desire is it can lead to a business that has been designed to cram as many dogs as possible into a facility, which leads to an incredibly busy business that lacks the high quality of care you dreamed of providing for your community. Pricing and being more premium is your way to transition from a warehouse model to offering a more experiential, personalized service for dogs. Pricing also affects the quality of clients you attract into the business, partly because it affects the kind of marketing you can afford to do to attract them. And trust me, if you want to position yourself as the natural choice for affluent dog owners in your town, then you'll need to do better marketing, more direct mail, more paper and ink, and creating more authority building assets like newsletters, guides, and books. This is not optional. Affluent dog owners and affluent business owners too are not sat at home doom scrolling social media all day arguing about nonsense. They're busy working, traveling, running companies, living life. Affluent dog owners only want to deal with experts, and you'll leapfrog the competition if you have marketing funds to invest in the production of a bored dog guide, or even better, a book. And I don't know exactly how it works, but there definitely exists a pricing thermostat, which means you simply won't be seen by affluent dog owners until you raise your prices. I've seen it hundreds of times. In many markets, there's this weird invisible force that means affluent dog owners simply don't see you until your prices reach a certain level. Below that level, you'll blend into the background with every other cheap and cheerful daycare in town. Pricing also affects how fast you can scale up your business. Fatter margins give you more fuel to aggressively go after your competition and expand your client base. Or if you don't have ambitions to scale, then pricing affects how much money you, the business shareholder, can take out of the business. You know, to pay for a bigger house, a better car, or taking your kids to Disneyland. On a higher level, pricing affects how you strategically think about your business. I'm sure we've all been through cash flow crunches when money is tight and you are lying awake at 3 a.m. worrying about how to create a cash flow bump just so you can make payroll. Well, when you are operating from fear and scarcity, you tend to make short-term panic decisions. You tolerate bad clients, you run silly, unprofitable promotions, your staff cut corners to make it all work, and you end up compromising your standards, which frustrates you even more. When your prices are premium and you have happy clients who love investing in upsells, enrichment services, and extras for their dogs, the opposite happens. Your mind relaxes, you think longer term, and you spot opportunities instead of problems. You tend to make calmer, smarter decisions because you're operating from a position of strength, not survival. And funnily enough, that's usually when growth opportunities start falling into your lap. And without wanting to sound all woo-woo about it, you find yourself in a virtuous circle of abundant growth instead of a vicious cycle of being skint and feeling stressed all the time. So for all those reasons and more, I think every business owner should spend way more time thinking, planning, talking about, testing, and taking action on exploring ways to increase prices. There are many ways to boost profits, but as we discussed in Top Dog, Top Dollar Dispatch number 4, finding the hidden money in your dog daycare, 3 easy ways to make money without adding more dogs, simply raising your prices is the easiest and fastest way. So because pricing is something I always talk about, I thought it fitting that we deep dived on that very topic at the inaugural Dog Daycare Success Academy immersion event in Boston. Now we have a theme at every immersion event. At Lumley Castle, County Durham in June, the theme is content that converts. In Annapolis in August, the theme is world-class customer service. And in Boston, the theme was profit. Profit first, profit always, profit every time. As we always do at my masterminds, we kicked off day one by looking back at some wins from the last quarter, and there were a lot of wins in the room. Price increases, new services launched, better clients, bigger profits, more confidence, more momentum. Then we moved into a session on money mindset and pricing fears, because let's be honest, we all have mental blockers we need to remove around price. And pricing change is as much about confidence and mindset as it is about strategy and tactics. So just like they do in Book of Mormon the musical, we took all the pricing fears, worries and mental blockers, put them in a metaphorical box and crushed them. Then we spent the next 48 hours discussing, planning and actioning pricing fixes and profit boosters. Here are a couple of the things we covered at the Boston Profi-T Party. Number 1, you don't need more dogs, you need more profit per dog. One of the biggest breakthroughs for people in the room was realizing that they don't necessarily need to cram more and more dogs into the building to make more money. In fact, I have a ton of clients who over the last 12 months saw the overall volume in their facility go down, but profits leapt. Making more money with fewer clients leads to less stress, worry and overwhelm for you and your staff. But this model won't work unless you also target dog owners who can afford higher prices, i.e. affluent dog owners. Quite simply, these people have more disposable income and they are used to paying for higher priced, more personalized experiences for themselves, so doing the same for their dog feels natural. This also highlights another reason why it's harder to get low-income dog owners to invest in extras and upsells. They might like the idea of treating their dog more often, but if they don't have the money and the habit of spending on luxuries for themselves isn't there, then you are fighting reality and human nature with your offer, which means you are probably going to struggle. The second thing is to have a customer development system in place. The value of your business is made up of the individual value of all your clients. So if you want your business to be more valuable, you need to make the clients you serve more valuable. This means getting them to spend more money with you. Getting them to come more often and buy more services when they come is easy if you have a system in place that moves them up the value ladder and regularly presents them with upsells, cross-sells, wrapped up as exciting opportunities to improve their and their dog's lives. Number 2 is process change. The way you've done things might not always be the best way. Is it time to mug off the meet and greet and introduce an induction program? Now, the Dog Daycare induction program is something I came up with about 2 years ago, and pretty much all my clients have introduced or are introducing an induction program right now, and it's transforming the profitability of their operation. Not only that, but moving from a 30-minute to a 5-day induction also dramatically increases the initial transaction value, the lifetime customer value. It's better for the clients who feel like your business cares about providing a bespoke experience for their dog. It's better for the staff members who get the real opportunity to get to know and acclimate each dog individually, so they have a proper relationship with each dog, which makes the dogs easier to control as a group. And it's better for the dog too. Honestly, I think a 30-minute meet and greet is not enough time for some dogs to warm to the daycare process, and my clients report that more dogs get through the induction program than when they just did a meet and greet. So what is this induction program and how does it work? Well, I do need to have some secrets. Plus, my Dog Daycare Success Academy members pay a lot of money to access my proprietary systems and templates. So that's all I'll be sharing about that here for now. If you want to know more, you should get your name added to the DDSA waitlist by clicking the link in the comments. Number 3 in the Profit Boosters is implementing aggressive follow-up systems. I once heard Dan Kennedy say that follow-up is the giant opportunity in everyone's business, and he was right. Follow-up is the biggest opportunity in your business. It's still the biggest opportunity in my business right now, and I already do a ton of follow-up, but I could still do more. Most dog daycares don't do any follow-up at all. They are sitting on thousands of contact details, yet they never send a newsletter, a postcard, and often not even an email. This is crazy. Think of follow-up as communication designed to move someone closer to a sale or to buy more from you. Basically, the more follow-up you do, the more money you will make. The bad news is a lot of what you think is follow-up right now isn't actually follow-up at all. See, we can't count social media activity as follow-up because you don't control who sees that activity. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and their algorithms control that, plus the algorithm changes all the time. The good news is there's a ton of ways you can follow up with your existing, past, and future clients, and a lot of that follow-up can actually be automated. With a CRM system, you can have emails, texts, videos, and voice notes all lined up to guide prospects into your world. If you want to know more about how to automate your marketing, I created a free guide called The 7 Superhero Funnels Every Dog Daycare Needs. You can go to petbizsuite.com/superhero to download it. If you want another secret way to dramatically boost profits, then you should adopt something else we talked about in Boston, which is profit stacking. Now, as the name suggests, this is where you literally stack up profit boosting opportunities. In my experience, most business owners make one improvement, then they wait 6 months before making another. So they'll do a price rise in January, they'll maybe introduce a new upsell in August, but they'll put off adding a cent space until after the new year. In short, they are slow to implement. Profit stacking is about layering multiple profit moves together at once. A hefty price increase, introducing an induction program, write and post a paper and ink newsletter, promote a new enrichment upsell, test a bundle promo, tackle labor costs. Those 6 tactics actioned individually will all make more money, but actioned at the same time, they will completely transform your business fast. And action is exactly what is happening now for my DDSA members who are smashing through their 90-day goals so they can report a bunch of new wins when we next meet up in Annapolis in August. If you want to join us, you should go to petbusinessmarketing.com/success academy. And I also have a free workshop opportunity. So next week, I'll be attending the Pet Boarding and Daycare Expo in Phoenix, and I'll be delivering a 4-hour presentation called The Profitable Pet Care Blueprint, How to Turn Your Busy Daycare into a Scalable Business. I appreciate not everyone is going to be there who is on my list or listening to this video, but I've had a ton of comments and messages about the profit boosting tactics that I've been sharing in the dispatch, so I've decided to do a one-time live free workshop to help you take action. It's going to be a webinar. I'm going to be putting aside 2 hours for this, 90 minutes training and 30 minutes of Q&A. This is the first live free online training I've done this year, so I expect it to be pretty popular. If you want to join me, you can go to petbusinessmarketing.com/webinar now. Okay, time to pack for the Pet Boarding and Daycare Expo in Phoenix. Have a great week. Keep it unreal. I'll see you next time.